Yo, huddle up, huddle up,
Huddle
huddle
up,
up,
huddle up,
huddle up,
huddle
huddle
up,
up, huddle up, huddle up,
huddle
huddle
up,
up.
huddle up.
We got episode 27 of the Ravens Huddle back again after a beautiful win. You know, Lamar represented, against a division rival. We got to dominate them twice.
Y'all caught the Hard Knocks of that joint?
Oh yeah.
I
had to
didn't
watch that.
Matter of fact, let's review the Hard Knocks joint because y'all watched it, so I want to know. You got your boy Mike.
Got your boy Rich.
Got Zay in the back, man.
And it's not really much to review because y'all went over that in the post-game show. That's essentially what y'all were talking about. But boy, did it feel good to get the inside scoop of a lot of that stuff that was happening out there and realizing that Lamar is truly having fun out there on the field. And he's locked in.
I love it.
I was watching
the kid can play football.
I was watching my lady and I was just laughing because, you know, the Steelers, they going through their week prep. You got to do this stuff and they this and that. And we got focused on the whole time I'm sitting there. They trying new stuff and all that. And I kept saying the whole time out loud, like, and it's funny knowing that none of that worked. They kept doing some new. I was like, that didn't work either. Like none of it worked.
Nah, it's a testament to what we've been harping on. We daggone there beating a dead horse at this point. Like, yo, this team is battle tested. Yeah. I honestly want us to have a ridiculously hard schedule like that every regular season, because then that kind of preps you for what's happening now. You feel me? Like, you got to think. Yeah, the Bills is nice, right? But if you play Miami twice, you play the Jets twice,
and the Patriots
twice, that's like 8 fraudulent.
You got some leeway with those, especially with Tua being out for some of them. You should be running
all over top of them, champ.
Yeah, that's what that record is.
And then the narrative, bro. Well, let's keep going with this Hard Knocks thing, then we can start getting into the Bills prediction stuff.
We appreciate y'all huddling up with us. Continue to like, rate, and subscribe.
Yes, indeed. And please tell a friend and tell a friend. Share this everywhere.
Yeah, as of right now, like. Everything else is great.
Like it.
And we want you to do all of that, but liking helps us out if you want to see more content.
It's free to do, man.
It helps spread the word.
Peace. I think one of the most refreshing things to see is how locked in Roquan Smith is on the other side.
I like it.
As him, it seems like he's taking over as that field general kind of thing that we were talking about last year. He holds a lot of the responsibility, but a lot of the people are playing at the level that they need to play and above at their positions. Yo, just play your role, son. You might not make every play, but make the play.
Yeah.
Make your play, I should have said.
And this is a sidebar to alley-oop off of what you were saying with Roquan. Did y'all see his pregame interview for the Bills game?
I saw you.
And basically they was talking about how cold it's going to be. He straight was like, basically paraphrasing, we not worried about the weather, bro. We coming out there to play regardless. You feel me? Like,
that's what I was saving on. I was literally about to say that before I said what I said beforehand.
Oh, my bad.
Was the fact that, yo, I don't understand what you think the weather is like here. It's not Buffalo. Don't get me wrong. I know that, especially cold, like the weather elements, but the cold, it gets cold here, bro.
We had 20-degree nights.
Let me come over real quick.
This past week, yo.
It's football, bro.
We had 20-degree nights this past week, bro.
Yo, we gonna get into it throughout this story, but yo, I gotta say this. I had to step in front for this type of episode. We tired of hearing about the weather.
I don't want to hear about it, yo.
Baltimore is not the Florida Keys.
No.
When did the AFC North team become all of a sudden the Miami Dolphins out of nowhere? I don't know where this is coming from.
Weird,
this
bro.
is a weird crutch to try to put your... Like, what is this that's happening? We tired of hearing about Matt Milano. Stop it with this injury-prone dude. We gonna get into all of this, but we tired of hearing his name, yo. You think Derrick Henry's worried about this dude and the other 2 defenders y'all had missing out? Pierce wasn't even here the first game. Yo, Pierce is coming for you, boys.
And stop acting like that game didn't happen.
Yo,
Matt Milano, yo. This is what they've been saying, yo. I'm ready for the game. All week has been out of pocket, yo. It's out of pocket, yo. That weather, we're going to get into it, but that weather, I kept saying before, like in my mind, when I realized the Bills weeks in advance was going to probably get the 2 seed, and I knew people was going to probably talk about the weather, I was like, yo, I was like, I don't think they realize the worse the weather is, if it lines up the way it actually ended up lining up, they got to tackle Derrick Henry, and they got to deal with those big defensive linemen. Come on,
they act like we still don't have Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell to give my man Derrick Henry a breather.
I'm
and Lamar Jackson if he decides to use his legs.
It's been out of pocket this week.
It's egregious. It's egregious. It's stepping over bounds. This is disgusting, honestly.
I think it's going to be like, and I sent this to Dad, it's going to be like when Magic beat Larry Bird. It's a narrative because they want Josh Allen to be who Lamar is. So it's like, after this game, that's why Lamar, show them who you are this week, bro. You have been doing it consistently your whole career, I want this to be like, I always bring up Melvin when he held out Jody, yo. We need that this week,
that's my thing. This is the problem. I think, Lamar, do what it takes to win. I think that's what people want. Like, don't get caught up in that quarterback. You had the 2 MVPs, possibly the third coming. You got the one that they saying this game means more to your legacy than his. Somehow they just make sure Josh Allen doesn't hold any of the responsibility. Don't do that. If Derrick Henry is going crazy and you going crazy with your legs, don't worry about trying to outduel a quarterback. We don't need that, yo. Win the game, yo.
And defense.
That's really what
our defense is healthy, bro. Come up striking Josh Allen. I guarantee you Josh Allen get hit a couple times by cousin Kyle. Roquan come and clean him up. Michael Pierce. Oway, all them boys is dogs.
Why do they think because of the weather is going to be super, super cold that their defenders want to tackle Derrick Henry?
Come on,
bro.
I'm trying
Nobody
to
wants to tackle
and Project
Henry.
Pad.
It's a logical thing.
I know they don't watch every Ravens game. No fan base watches another team like the other team. But they don't realize, like, then you got to deal with Michael Pierce. Then you got to deal with my boy Namdi. Then you got to deal with Kyle. Listen, the way they play, Kyle Hamilton probably gonna be on the line way more than he normally. That's really where he shake off. I don't understand.
Is Washington gonna make a play? He's made a. I'm only banking on it because he's done it consistently the last 4 or 5 weeks, man.
I'm just ready for game day, bro.
Yeah,
the talking is getting on my nerves.
The chatter this week, like you said, the level of scrutiny that Lamar gets. You talking about if he loses, this will be more scrutinized than if he wins? You won't care? It'll be cool?
Said it before, Lamar,
so you won't scrutinize Allen then? It's like, what are we talking about?
Because Lamar
Same draft class.
We said it before.
Higher draft pick.
Yes. The bigger, stronger athlete. All of this stuff. Like,
what are we doing?
The greatest, I heard somebody, the greatest talent we've ever seen at the quarterback position.
How, bro? He is good for Buffalo, but come on, son.
He was killing it this year. I ain't gonna hold
killing
it.
It's just
numbers,
like
but
you got to hold him accountable as well.
Yes, man.
Because he
played
keeps
us,
losing divisional games,
and we played them, bro. Like we did. It was early, but we played them.
His game eliminates him from the conversation in the playoffs, but people don't want to keep it a bean. Outside of the rushing TDs, Sam Darnold played on that level this year, that Josh Allen played on as far as passing TDs, interceptions, all that.
No, the one thing I will say that Josh Allen tapered down on was his turnovers.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
He definitely did.
But Sam
that
Darnold
is
too.
where he completely
Sam was
flipped.
still a little bit up there with the turnovers.
He had maybe like 10?
I think he had like 10 or 12.
Yeah,
I think
Josh
had like
5,
6.
like
he had 5 to 6.
Bro, that's a lot less, yo.
Yeah,
Whole lot. He was a turnover machine. That was what he was known for.
Yeah.
That was what kind of probably helped him back from that MVP last year. If he had his turnovers down, he'd have won the MVP last year. I think he would have probably won that joint. So, hey, it's just come out, punch him in the mouth, bro. Like 14. I wanted 4. Well, again, we'll get into scores later. We'll get into scores later. But let's talk about
can we be a little bit messy? Can we be a little bit messy this week? Before we start fully going into the playoff game, it's the Ravens huddle, so we get to talk about everything's Ravens. How did y'all feel about Deontay Johnson complaining on the Texans getting released, and then we picked them up?
We said it, man.
We gotta. I mean, at this point, you just gotta call a spade, bro. Like, there's not much you can do.
Bro, you gonna see, bro, when you like us working a regular job, yo, you gonna be like, yo, I gave away being a millionaire playing the kids game for a couple months out the year, yo.
First of all, I said the UFL is coming up in a couple months, yo.
You
should be straight, yo. He be on the field again.
Nah, they gonna give him.
If they don't target him enough, he not coming out there. That's the problem.
Yo, if you get released from a UFL team, yo,
nuts.
Just pack it up completely. Pack it up, yo.
They got to do the
Get your
documentary.
CDL.
Yo,
There's nothing wrong with that.
I want to have an interview with everybody that coached him. We got to do a documentary with every coach that coached him, and we just gonna get an interview about his attitude, because this is something that was learned over time. Because if you do this with every team, he really thinks he's right. It's a level of delusion I've never seen, bro. Yo, the Texans won.
Yeah, they won the game.
And you complain. You went from a playoff team to another playoff team and still cried. You had issues on Carolina. You had issues on the Steelers. It's starting to look like a you thing, bro.
Do your job, yo.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
It's starting to look like a you thing, bro.
We said that when he got to the Ravens. It's like, yo, you don't need to be this and putting up those numbers or at your ex-Steelers numbers. Just come here, do your job. It's the contract year, right?
Yeah.
That's what team. Just do your do your job. I think he pressing probably. Well, he was doing this a lot of years, but it's just like, yo, just do your job, dog. Somebody gonna pick you up, and then you get to really try to shake off. Don't try to sign a multi-year. You know, I'm not in your business like that, but like maybe sign another 1 year and then try to shake off next year. But like this year, just get on the field and do whatever you can. He got in with the Ravens at times relatively early. Well, he sat I think a week or two, and then when he got in, he just looked crazy when he was out there.
That's why I feel
so. He had an opportunity, yo.
That's why I feel
I could have
self-destructive.
seen if he had the trip and fall in the Steelers game. And then that other target we needed that was pivotal when he just dropped it on the right side of the field against the Steelers, against your enemy, Mike Tomlin. You could have did something great and you blocked.
Didn't he fall in the Eagles game too before he didn't come back in the second half?
And dropped the ball, and
one
then
of
didn't want to
He
get
fell
back
multiple
in.
times.
He was probably one of them
Couldn't
guys.
get open.
I know who he is. You one of them guys that lack accountability. How they expect me to make that catch and I ain't even warmed up, yo? They ain't even target me the rest of that game, yo.
Hilarious.
Nah, none of the other guys off the bench do that. Cause who was the guy this past game, yo, that got 2 big catches, bro?
Miller.
Yeah,
Miller came up off the practice squad, probably was shaking off at practice. They like, yo, let that man eat, yo.
Next man up, yo.
And he didn't trip.
Your team got to have the
He
next
didn't
man
fall.
up mentality to go far too, yo. Like,
Yeah, man.
and shoot, since we talked, you got anything else you want to say on that?
I just hope he good, man, because it feels self-destructive to me.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
It
It's
does. And
nonsensical
prayers up
shit.
for his mental health, but like at the end of the day, I can't be soft on him. He a grown man, and on top of that, if it's not something mental, like, yo, you're not realizing you got the opportunity that millions of people want. You feel me? It's dudes I know that still play tackle football for
No
free
money.
now, dog.
God bless.
You feel me? And you making millions, like, bro. And then you
ACL
just cutting up.
tears.
I don't want to hear that, yo.
Tickets,
Stop crying,
ESPN
yo.
ticket level injuries.
Yeah.
yo.
to Hollywood.
Yeah. So on
JD,
ACL,
man.
gotta go back to work the next day. You feel me?
They talking about they only got 12 rehab visits, yo, and they got to space them out, yo. But really, you need to be in there 4 or 5 times a week.
Is my job going to keep me now? Like, I don't even know. They could really let me go. Like, because I come in there and I tell them I tore my ACL, they're going to ask, like, yo, how you do that?
Yo said for the love of the game.
Any given Saturday,
how.
coach. I mean, any given Saturday, boss.
I was out there. I had it. I thought I had them, and I planted wrong.
Yeah.
It was like, what you mean you planted? You was playing football?
Yo, you go to the gym twice a week, yo, and you 36.
And you don't
Yo,
eat
you not
healthy.
gonna- yo,
You don't eat healthy. You drink Hennessy often.
Yo,
Bro,
it's
all
not
these
good.
are factors when you get older. But I mean,
Chicken wings and
I don't
Hennessy
judge
diet.
what nobody does.
But I will
just
say-
want Deontay Johnson to realize that could be you, bro.
Before we leave off the Deontay subject, Eric DaCosta, man, making moves. Somehow I know this gonna work out for us. That's why we picked him back up on the squad. I think we get that compensatory
get some
pick or something
compensatory
like that.
pick or something like
we
that
get
if we
that
release
back.
him.
Legendary. EDC got the
Yeah,
best,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah,
EDC
yeah.
is cooking. EDC. That's what we need to
that's
talk
a way
about.
to beat somebody mentally. I know Deontay Johnson is sick. Like, yo,
Sitting
they
on the
just-
bench. Just sit there, son.
You did it to yourself, bro. You could have been on a Super Bowl run right now, yo. You could have been the guy
Does he
that
get a
randomly.
ring? If he
He does.
win?
He does get a ring, but his attitude is so bad. He gonna sell it like they ain't targeting
not
me
giving
enough, yo.
I'm not giving that man.
They would have Super
They
won
might
the
be the
Super Bowl
first time
without
where
me.
they deny a player.
Nah, you know
yo.
him. His attitude so bad. He gonna deny it. Like, bro,
Yeah,
you're not
he
even
probably
gonna
would.
realize you
I
gonna
don't
need
want
to sell
that.
that ring in a
I
couple
wasn't
years because you
playing
want to be like
anyway.
this.
I just don't get the logic on it, though. That's the thing about it. Because
Nah,
it's not like he was showing off this year,
It's
and
a
then they
lack
traded
of
him.
It's a lack of accountability.
It's funny
Trash.
though, because my man's Bryce Young started shaking off.
Immediately. The Carolina Panthers look totally different.
At the end of the day, you don't need that negative energy, like, because like we all play
Buzz
sports. But if you
Killington.
playing a team sport, that guy that is in the locker room just saying stuff completely against the game plan of the team and just melts down, like, yo, you toxic. Get this man
Can you
out of
imagine
here, yo.
if we in there shaking off, and then who would this be equivalent to? I guess if Zay Flowers had this style attitude, and then he pouting because we won the playoff game.
But they ain't
that's
even
what they say
target
happened.
me.
I wasn't in the locker room, but that's what the
They
alleged
didn't
thing
target
was.
me
They
enough.
said he was pouting in there. I would have might have started trying to fight him. I might have really tried to fight him though. Like that was nasty.
Yo, in them contract years, you see the true
really
character,
see it.
yo.
Bro,
You see
y'all
it.
won.
He for
Y'all
self.
won.
He probably falling stuff because he's pressing too, yo. It's just a lot, you know. So, but I want to speak about
Let's get
one of
into
the wide
this.
receivers we all love, man. You mentioned his name, yo, Zay Flowers. Now, listen, they put out a video of him doing like the was the shuttle drill, or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw how heavy his knee was wrapped up.
Yeah.
They putting that out there. I believe that up to this point, that latest injury report hasn't come out, and the Ravens look phenomenally healthy. But the last one I seen, it was doubtful.
Oh yeah, I think I did see
I
that.
think they
That's the
putting
one I
it
think I
out just
saw.
to have them think
Mess
they
'em
might
up.
have to defend him.
Tactics. War tactics, bro.
I don't think he's gonna play.
I doubt it.
It'd be tough if only if he is good enough. Only if it's like maybe a little bit of swelling, but it can't get any worse necessarily. Of course, if anybody falls on something, it can get worse. But you know what I mean? Like, listen, I know people like just save him for the AFC. It's like it's no guarantees you're gonna make it there, but you also don't want to put him in there. It ain't even about the AFC. It's about period, Like, you just don't want him messing his knee up bad for the long
Yeah,
run.
no.
It's beyond the end of this season. Like,
especially with the talent we have this year, like Zay Flowers will be an added bonus. We love you, bro, but it's like, don't go out there and get hurt. You feel me? This ain't the season you got to shoot your knee up. This ain't when we had Willie Snead and Robertson. They gotta play today.
Agreed.
Yeah,
and the
it's
way
not
Bateman
that, yo.
playing, the tight ends, the run, especially this cold game.
And a cold game on a bad knee is a bad combo, bro.
Your
You
knee gonna
remember
be
in
stiff
track,
as
if your leg was up and it was cold outside, you
Super
like, yo.
stiff knee. We don't mind. We don't. Zay. His best is the ability to just move on a dime, shift. Yeah, the shiftiness and all of that. Like,
Was he Shifty Steve or
Smith-
Shifty Samuel? Like, yeah, yo.
He not a big receiver. He got good hands, but it's like some receivers maybe if they their knees a little messed up, they just excellent. He's a really good route runner. I'm not saying he couldn't play with a stiff knee, but it's like a lot of his superpowers are with him being able to move on a dime here, like freaking Dragon Ball Z or something.
That's the nickname.
We don't need him just out there
Slippery
looking crazy.
Steven, yo.
He's slippery as hell,
Steven,
yo.
bro. Like, yo, because you remember that one game he got it was I think he got it was 100 yards that one game, yo. He was shaking off,
A
yo.
few games he went
Yeah,
crazy.
he had at least.
There's a
was
few
like
games.
100
One of them games he had
yards,
like
yeah.
100 in the first half or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's the one I'm talking about.
That
We
was that
like, bro, nobody can
Commanders
tackle him.
game.
Okay, yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that
yeah,
Commanders
yeah.
fan
I
was
was
in
at
the
the game.
barbershop.
I think that's when we coined him Slippery Steve.
Yeah, that was that Commanders fan was in the barbershop at the time. Sidebar on this. He was in the barbershop and he was like, we was arguing about if Zay was a number one. The Commanders fan said he's clearly a number one. He cooked
was
us.
cooking,
Like,
yo.
yo, I was like,
Come
He
on,
was
yo.
cooking it. And salute, man. That was a great atmosphere. Just a quick sidebar. That was an
That's
excellent
hard, bro.
atmosphere.
it'd be nice to see
I
though.
hope they
if
do
we
it
could
every
see y'all.
year.
And though that's the I low key sidebar. I want Jaden Daniels to win because like it would be nice to actually have the Commanders be nice and we nice, yo.
Yeah.
And we like 45 minutes away. It'll be
They was
real
playing the
beef,
Eastern.
yo.
Somebody was like, the Ravens and the Commanders have both won a game for the first time. I forgot how many long years. They just started playing the Eastern Motors song.
Yeah,
I was like,
Eastern Motors. They started Clint
Your
Porter's
job,
commercial,
your
and then I
credit.
think it was
because Clint
I can't
Portis was there, and then he came down to
Motors.
Baltimore, yo.
It might have been like
Your
Dwayne
job, your
Starks or
credit.
somebody that was on one of the old commercials back in the day.
Oh, it was
yo.
a whole team. They had Ray Lewis and all
Yeah,
them on
yeah.
there.
They just had
Like,
the
and then they had Clint Port, like you said, Clint Portis out there on the other team name at this time. I don't want to put it out there. I know it
They might be their name
considered
again, but that's a whole
derogatory.
nother story.
The Commanders.
They said they might switch the name.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that name, bro. Like I know it's derogatory, but
Yo, it was
I
mad
fight it to
derogatory.
try to
They
stop
said
saying
the people
it myself,
who
yo. I
was
like
based
that,
the
bro.
mascot off of, allegedly, they said they didn't have an issue with it. So I don't know, man. We'll see over the next couple years, yo.
I ain't gonna lie, the helmets was hard though back then.
No,
It was like that.
it's
It was better
hard.
than now. But I mean, we're chilling on that because it was racial. Because if it was
But I heard they don't have it. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know all the politics behind it. I really don't. So, but anyway, yeah. It's nice though. Like Zay. Listen, Zay, man. It hurts. I know he's probably going through a wide range of emotions because you worked so hard to get to the Pro Bowl.
Well this season.
To get back to the position. Last year, you had, a big blunder. And really, I can't even say, like I keep saying, it wasn't even a blunder. Somebody made an amazing defensive play.
Yeah, that was,
And I know he wanted to get back to this moment, so I know right now, it don't feel good, yo.
But with Zay, I will say, like, again, a testament to your character, like you said, that was a make or break situation. A lot of receivers in their rookie season, if they fumbled like that in the AFC Championship, would not come back nice. He came back like, bro, I got a chip on my shoulder. So just keep that mentality.
1,000 yards.
And then keep your knee healthy. Because we need you. You young. I'm not letting you cook your
man. It's only your second year, yo. We're
not letting you cook your joint, yo. Because you're a lifetime Raven.
Because they already said it, even when they brought him in there, when they announced that he won or got selected to that Pro Bowl, was the fact that he's probably the best wide receiver we ever drafted.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
I don't even think it's probably.
Yeah,
I know he hasn't played as many as a few other dudes. But
unless something miraculously turns with Bateman and he just continues like this.
Bateman's catching the ball, man. That's all I care about. And he's out there.
Not that he's just catching. This man getting in the end zone.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
So I'm saying
I always value touchdowns even more than receptions and yards.
If he
That's points on the board.
2 more seasons and play like this, he
want points. I don't care about all them, and a lot of times all them yards can come in garbage time. So I don't like to see them gaudy yards. So
what's that receiver?
Ridiculous.
He used to play. It was Mike. Was it Mike Thomas? He used to play for the
Saints.
The Saints.
Yeah.
Did number 1 or whatever for a while.
Oh, Michael Thomas.
And they always used to boost him up. I'm not saying he was a bum, but I would look at other players that they would try to rank him higher. And I'm like, yo, that other guy had like 7 more touchdowns than him, yo. He's a yard and reception merchant. I'm like, I want somebody who putting them points on the board.
Yeah, I need points, bro.
I need points, yo. Like,
if you give me over 1,000, give me somewhere around that ballpark of like 11. It depends on what style team you have. Our style team, we don't need you getting 2,000 yards as a receiver. We don't need that.
That's another thing I hate to harp on it. But Deontay Johnson, with all this talent on this team, how did you not see that, yo? You should know, obviously, I'm not going to get as many targets as I did at Carolina. With Derrick Henry here and Mark Andrews and Likely and Bateman and Zay Flowers, of course, I'm not going to get the ball as much.
Derrick Henry's back.
Yeah, like, bro, why would you get the ball as much?
That's just how it goes, man.
Why would you get the ball as much, bro? You got to be logical, bro. That's why I'm gonna take the more coddled approach, like y'all said. Maybe it is a mental thing, because to not be able to see this is pure delusion, honestly. Like,
it don't make sense, man.
Yeah.
The Eagles thing, we literally called this number. We was like, yo, we have a guy that's down. We need you now.
We need you to
and
shake
now
and
you
bake.
want to
do what you do.
You want to pout?
I don't want to get in. I'm not warmed up.
This was
coach.
literally the time for you to show off and
here.
make the case for like, oh, maybe we should have you at 1 or 2. Like, I didn't know you were this.
Send them up the road.
But you never made that play. I think you made 1 catch. I don't remember you making more than 1 to 2 catches.
And it was like a 5 or 10 yard pass. It wasn't nothing.
Nothing.
Right after,
he ain't do no move after.
Nothing.
It wasn't
literally got tackled.
It's like he was already building up Bate during this time, but definitely after he came, Bate just kept shaking off more.
Well, he heard the chatter.
More and more. Bate kept shaking up more. I like it, Joe.
Because I remember
Deontay Johnson attitude that bad, though, he probably one of them dudes that have his headphones on while everybody chanting and they bigging people up. And real receivers going to take that with a chip on their shoulder. Like, yo, I'm about to show this boy, yo. I'm about to go get a ring while he crying. Because you know how stupid you going to feel if we win the Super Bowl and become the favorite team and you left because you couldn't stop crying?
Yeah, respectfully.
Bro, you cutting out millions of dollars of your life, yo.
Respectfully, I don't even want to talk about him. He's not here anymore, yo. You gave him way, way too much time. I want to talk about how these TV personalities clearly want the Bills to win, yo.
Bro, they want to.
There's a few people ride with the Ravens, but I'm seeing some stuff. I'm like, no. Like Bart Scott called. It was on ESPN. I saw the clip or whatever, and whatever that little round table they do, and Ryan Clark and them was up there, but it was some other guys on the perimeter, and I guess they was talking about how like for the Eagles game, basically like physics in the trenches or whatever, and all of this matters for the Eagles when they how much it's going to matter against the Rams and blah 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 blah. But when it came to the Ravens, it was all out the window. And then Bart Scott started screaming on him like, "Yo, how does physics work for the Eagles when it's the Rams? But you telling me it don't work for the Ravens versus the Bills when they got to go up a 300-pound fullback And then they got a 250-pound running back behind it.
Yeah.
But you telling me physics don't work in that game? I was like, yo. He said, and then Ryan Clark was backing him, but this is the funny part, right? He was like, Ryan Clark is Mr. Steeler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I just saw but it's still Bar Scott. He was like, I just saw Derrick Henry step on Patrick Queen just last week. Ryan Clark was in the back like, all right, yo.
Listen, man.
No, we I hate to harp on it, but yeah, like people are being egregious with not looking at how nice this team was. Because that game was explosive. Them stiff arms was crazy, yo. Derrick Henry really slapped somebody in the head, yo.
I think what makes it so
likely.
Yeah. The
worst
likely
one.
was the worst one. That was the worst one.
Likely, low key, with that, likely might have the best stiff arm of this season.
Did you, my friend, real quick, did y'all salute to the Ravens? People keep saying, yo, they got the best social media team. Whoever does the video packages, holy smokes. The last one they did for the recap for the Steelers Ravens game was crazy. When they got to the stiff arm port, they did it, the sound and everything. It was like, he did the stiff arm. He's like, now you wonder how I got here. Because the dude's leg was up in the air and everything. That's one of the best videos I've ever seen. Lamar walking out the tunnel, slapping the trophy, the Super Bowl trophies. That joint was hard, yo.
They need a whole, I don't know if they gave out bonuses or not this year or what they doing at the end of the season. From, like you said, the video team, whoever's working the social media side, whoever's working the lights at the stadium, just the stadium people in there. Y'all went in this year. This was like one of my favorite years down there at the stadium. Not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
You there definitely more. So that's saying a lot because you've been there.
It was a lot. One, they opened up a few new things that we didn't have with, like, the gatehouse thing.
Yeah, the gatehouse
some of the stuff that they opened up.
Boy, that was one of the best things they ever did.
Added to it, so that always made it good. But that light show, the way y'all perfected that, that gets the energy pumping.
It's before
in
the games. They do the.
It's during. It's all like when we score, they shut the lights down. The lights start going crazy. That'll happen. That send the whole stadium into a frantic.
Like Ravens fans.
That
drive me crazy.
They are smoking stuff.
Y'all want to know who really created all that? Lamar Jackson, yo. He brought money to the town, yo. He brought big money to the team.
While he brought the money in, they had to pick them guys to make this team, to make this. People are saying we got like one of the best stadiums, and it's nothing like really like super like advanced that makes ours the best one.
It's nice, it's clean.
It's an engagement thing.
Job.
The
engagement.
Like, yo,
the light show looked like better than any other.
Literally had our wrists lit up. It was from the concerts. I heard they've been doing that at concerts for a little while. Yeah. But that was a genius idea to bring that over to the football stadium. Yeah, that changed everything.
The last game, they had a lady come out on the violin, yo. It was going berserk, yo. It was hard, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
It's mad hard.
Like the talent, the people out this kind of stuff is another level. I want to know who these people are, the production teams and all that. Who are they? They need some love. Come talk to us over at the Ravens Huddle if you in the production team somewhere. I know you see this.
Yeah. Well, the only gripe against the production team, I hate to be negative guy, but who was that guy they had sing the national anthem like?
I don't know who was in charge.
That was the worst.
No, I heard him
ever, bro.
I think I heard him say I was better in sound design, and it sound better in person than it did on TV. And I'm sitting there like I was there.
I was in the stadium, bro.
I
was sitting there like, does this
everybody
sound
was
bad?
looking like
this? I was
like
at
this
the
sound
spot
bad.
you put me on with. You know my favorite spot before the post game review. Everybody was in there like.
That was trash,
bro. It was crazy. That's outside the stadium and in the stadium.
Everybody looking at each other.
Salute.
You got super people.
I don't know if he was shaking off the night before down Fed Hill or
he might have
Canton.
He pre-gamed.
Something
The only thing I could think maybe
he was over there at the what's the one Jimmy Seafood goat tail goat joint. He was over there cooked. That get you cooked.
Yeah, yo,
you be cooked over there at the tail goat. Wait, hold up. I can't say keep. They ain't paying us yet.
Yo, yeah. I was about to. I was like, yo, give us
keep
the check.
Yo, because I want to go out there.
But another thing that I see people talking about, just if we on a quick sidebar to the Ravens staff, salute to I think we can say the name, man. They did this because they did a joint on her. I think it was CBS, one of them CBS, I think. Ebony Short. Me and Mike went to school with her, and she's like, I believe in charge of like the.
That's hard. I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, they did the whole special.
That's tough.
And she did like all the the uniform alteration, the charger, all of that type of stuff and stuff like that.
fire.
And she, so I seen somebody post like, yo,
pocket
I need one of
sleeve
that. It was
joints.
like, I need the pockets in front of the jersey, Lamar's joint. And she talked about how she did the joint with the electric hand warmers for him in the joint. And I just thought that was like, that's cool. I know the person
That's
who did that. That's why, yeah, she just posted it like
Shout out Ebony Short.
the joint. They
I
gave
didn't
her like
know
a
that. I gotta start paying
I think it was like
attention.
close to like 3 minutes or something like that. She got a good little segment on like Nate Burleson, I believe, and it was a whole bunch. Yeah, that joint was hard, yo. So yeah. Salute to the Ravens all around the board.
Reaching out
yo.
to the home team. Come reach out, man.
Me and Mike went to school. I don't know if you went to elementary. You probably
I think we
did.
did.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
at least like a
you went
year
to-
or two,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you went even longer. I think
I
maybe
remember her.
I may have noticed like 11 or 12 or something like
I
that.
hate to be cocky, but I
that's
know
hard.
a lot of legendary people from childhood. Yo.
Salute.
Like, it's a lot of good.
Keep doing your
Salute to the
thing.
area.
It's a lot of good.
And salute to the Ravens
talent.
for starting
Yes.
to reach out and grab people
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
We've been saying that. The music thing is next. Production team, go grab one of these.
Yeah, man.
Go
Y'all got-
club
Grab
music,
me,
something.
grab
Club
me,
music-
I curate the
Club
best
music
playlist.
has to get played.
They did it a little bit.
They be
They
playing
sprinkled a little bit when they
dance.
had the dance crew down there last year.
Nah.
But they didn't bring them back.
when you come from when you're in a city that has a sound, you have to play said sound at
Yeah.
the stadium at some
Why
point.
would they not
It
play
doesn't
club
make
music?
sense.
Absolutely.
The city has a sound. You don't have to play it the entire game, but it needs a good little
know the most
portion.
disrespectful
They play it in the
thing?
gatehouse from time to time.
The most disrespectful
They definitely play it in that
thing,
gatehouse, yo.
They
Oh, yeah,
always,
they get it in.
always play the song
DJ
that's
go
like
crazy.
club,
Yeah.
the song that's like club-esque, but it was somebody stealing our swag. Like, yo, why are you doing that in Baltimore like that? I got the diamonds on my neck.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's
Goals in my house.
Jersey.
Bro,
PA.
that's not Baltimore. Yo, we can have a slide to the left,
Yo, that should play.
slide to the right.
That should play.
The
whole stadium will start doing
It would
it.
get electric.
They need,
Yeah.
This need to be the inch like.
Then they had a cam go around in there where people, would be random dudes shaking off.
They gotta
in
play
there,
right
yo.
before the kick. I'm from Baltimore City, you know. They gotta play that right before the kickoff, yo. Like, come on, man.
No, they might got
every
hit you-
game.
They might got
every
hit
game
you with the vintage Tim Trees.
They gotta play it
joint.
all. They gotta mix it all in.
Mix it
My
up.
man said,
That's a
"Bank
lot of
rules.
them.
You think you getting half of my dope? You ain't dope,
I can
bro.
feel
That'll
it
go
in the
crazy in
air.
there.
You can imagine if I can feel it in the air joint.
Feel it in this beat.
air.
And it'll be old dudes tearing their ACL trying to relive a back old
Shake it up.
ACL, MCL, PCL just rip at simultaneously.
Dude try to do the drop back and just snap the arm.
Oh, the arm
ESPN take a
snap.
level injury
Yo,
from
nobody
the
drop
shake
back.
off.
Don't drop back.
Don't
if
drop
they
back,
Please don't drop
especially
back.
if you don't work out, bro.
Yeah. Don't drop back. I only know like 2 people who still do it, but they are amazing shape.
Yeah,
yo.
you gotta be like-
There's a reason they can still
Yeah.
do it.
One of them does yoga. Salute to him.
Definitely don't
That'll
attempt.
do it.
Definitely don't attempt to drop.
Imagine hearing Shorty, you fat in the stadium.
Oh, yeah, you gotta show Theo the love.
He got a few joints you can play in that
Spot.
stadium.
Yeah.
The spot I went to watch the game at, the
Shorty
last
Fat
game,
would go
the
crazy.
Pittsburgh one, they played that Bring in the Cats joint.
You gotta bring in the cats. Yes.
But some pork chop was there too. I was like, oh, this is hard.
Why is pork chop not? Well, I don't want to get into the politics, whatever. I don't know, but I feel like pork chop should be at the games DJing,
He
yo.
should. He's a staple of the community at this.
Yo, he's like the sound of Baltimore.
Bro, that's literally like if God rest our soul, him and K Swift was like, if K Swift was still here, it's like they have to be there, bro.
Yeah, we
Rod
gotta
Lee
figure
too.
something out.
Rod Lee too. Yo.
Yeah, we gotta figure something.
That
And
game-
if you drunk right now, put your hands up. They can't throw that on, but yo,
Nah, yo, they
fourth
could.
quarter when got everybody
Yo.
off the
You know how much
beer,
more beer they would sell?
They would sell so much.
But
beer.
before they cut the beer off, they could play that.
Yes,
yo.
yes,
Before they
yeah, for
do
the
that,
last
yo.
call.
The last call,
Get
play
that
that
last,
joint.
that last
drunk
rush.
right
Come on,
now.
man. Start shaking. Yo, we giving $1 million.
too much
We giving $1 million ideas.
Right,
Yo,
ideas
chill,
is going
yo.
crazy.
That's how
Chill
it
out.
was.
We
And,
put it on YouTube for free.
sidebar
We gotta
though,
we gotta chill.
The shout out for the year though, I really do because I was on Yo back this whole season because he was playing. I meant coaching horribly. Zach Orr, I respect you for the defensive turnaround, yo. Our defense went from the worst to then they're the best, yo.
Yeah,
So
I don't
really
want to say
appreciate
him
that.
coaching horribly, but I will say is he was trying to figure that joint out because you gotta remember it's his first
and
year.
having players in the right position.
Yeah, he was
That
trying
was
to figure
it.
it out on
That
the
was
fly.
really
Yeah,
it.
the adjustment of
Yeah. And
Marcus Williams.
And you got to think
This
about
is
it.
the first time we ever had a piece that bad.
Yeah,
that
Marcus
we had
Williams
to
was
adjust out of.
historically
Though.
bad,
We haven't
bro.
had anybody that
Yeah.
bad in a while.
And they
I
shuffle.
don't think it's been a safety that played that bad, period, in the league.
No.
On the
in a
low,
long time.
people, we all talk about that because that was obvious. It was the biggest obvious move. But he also, they shuffled the linebacker position a little bit. If folks have not been paying attention.
You know what game that
You
was?
see a lot more Harrison and Boyd.
It was
stepping in
that
a little bit.
Chargers game when he folded
Yeah,
up
yeah. I think so,
J.K. Dobbins and hurt him.
yeah.
Bro, they was like, oh, these boys really coming downfield trying to hit somebody, bro. Like,
And Trent,
That's another thing Buffalo got to deal with. That boy, Malik, I know y'all don't watch.
Yeah.
I know y'all don't watch.
and if
Malik
y'all saw
Harrison out there
Malik
ready to
Harrison a
put it in
minute.
pain, yo.
he ain't covering the
Boyd,
route.
all
It's a
he
board
crashing
game.
out.
It's a board game. I think we'll see less of Trenton Simpson. It's been less of him, period. But this
gonna be run
game,
stop.
yeah, it's gonna be a run stopping
stopping
game. Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Boyd been playing really
Yeah,
good too,
yeah.
especially against the run, yo.
Also, at the last game, I'm not sure how long this would stick or how much it would transition to the next game. But when Brandon Stevens got cooked on one of them touchdowns, he got cooked. I think like 2 plays on
That was
drive.
annoying.
They took him out towards the end. They put
Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, they put him in. Like he, he comes in here and there, but he was where Brandon Stevens was, to end that game.
No,
I'm
like
so
you said,
it's a
though.
lot of little things on that defense they've been maneuvering.
Pieces move,
But
man.
that's what I like about that though. That means we was like next man up. Like, yo, you keep getting beat, we gonna try somebody else, and somebody else did what they was
Tre'Davious
supposed to.
wants to win too. 'Cause
Yeah,
I watched
I like
a
it.
little
Yeah.
bit of him on Marlon Humphrey's podcast.
He's
and
been staying healthy.
Yeah, he was like, whenever the chances come up, he gonna make
Mm-hmm.
whatever play need to be made. And he almost made one in his very first game when
Yeah,
he played.
yeah.
Was that the Stip? What was that? What game was that?
I can't remember now.
I can't. It was a home game. I know that, but either way, like I'm happy to have him.
Yeah.
That's the main thing right
He's
now.
a vet.
'Cause It could be a thing where they're gonna be changing him.
He's
out.
on a winning team, and he's had injury issues, but he's remarkably been just, maybe he's, I don't know about dinged up type of stuff. Maybe that's why he's in and out, but we don't know. But we've been seeing him, and at least in every game. So, he's thinking like, yo, I'm on this team. I'm staying pretty healthy. Like you never know when this is the only shot I might get. You need a few of them guys sprinkled on there. One of the things that people don't talk about is how Kyle Van Noy is an extremely healthy piece. Yo, this is a guy who has a couple Super Bowls, yo.
Yeah.
And has been, teams
don't know
have
how I
given up
forgot
on him.
about that.
Yeah, teams have given up. He's been moved around, but like
Patriots, the Brady Patriots. What 2 of them with that guy? I forgot all about that.
So you got him in the locker room. You got him having his best seasons. Like, a lot of them keep talking about how locked in they in and they don't want to feel that. They just remember that feeling from last year. That defense, a lot of the stuff early in the year, Zach Orr, and one, he was new. 2, there was a few pieces that had got switched or left or whatever. But also, you got to remember, with all of that, the Ravens was playing some the whole season, but like,
Great football.
the teams they was playing, especially early, excellent quarterbacks, excellent receivers, like.
And
Bro, that was a lot, like for
as
your
far
first
as
year,
it's
yo.
kept the offense look great every week.
For the most part,
Yeah,
yeah.
except that first
The Steelers game was weird.
Yeah, that was like the only.
The
and
Eagles game, they
Eagles
could have put
game,
up a few
yeah.
more points,
And the
but that
Eagles
was a
game-
cold drag out
outside of
trenches
that,
game.
our
They still
offense
should have had over
always
20.
played good. It
whatever.
was like, yo, you feel me? A couple weird instances. I hate to bring it up, and we gonna knock on wood.
No,
With-
no,
with-
no.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna say it, but
I think
it
I know
was-
you.
Our offense played
yeah.
well, yo. Our offense played
Yes.
well overall, bro. Yeah, man.
those-
So, without further ado, what y'all got as far as anything else that y'all want to get off for this week?
I don't think.
Oh, the only other thing I did want to say was Lamar, Derrick Henry lock in, yo, because this could be one of the few sports teams that when they like, oh, they got Derrick Henry, that's a cheat code, and we really do it. Because most of the time in the NBA, it's always the new 3-headed monster that's going to come in and they lose. We could come in and really do it like this, yo. This is going to shift the narrative about Lamar Jackson, about the Ravens. This could possibly turn us into one of those favorite teams where, like, when Lamar's retired and it's like egregious odds against us, people are still capping for us.
I think they're in a strong window. They're gonna have to slowly start paying guys, but I said this year, really it started last year and they kind of
Last year was the one.
This year and maybe even next year, I think next year's team. It depends on how the season ends this year, because if it ends bad, you just never know how things can shake up. But if they win, yo, I think another because a lot of the players are
Turn into
young.
the Chicago Bulls in the 90s.
A lot of players are young. That next year
like-
team with more cohesion on the defensive end, especially.
I think the scary thing with next year would be the potential of learning a new offense.
Oh, because
Monken is going to leave.
Yo, bro, teams are nasty, yo.
Y'all want to know any?
I think he's a coordinator. No disrespect. I mean, and I don't think this is even disrespectful. Some people just, especially, I just don't get head coach vibes like
At
that.
all.
I think he's just
He
a
need about
master
2 more
coordinator.
coordinator years, I think,
Yeah.
before he get to that level.
Unless there's something behind the scenes that we don't know. I did like when he was getting on the players about that clip from weeks ago, right before I think the second to last Steelers game, about how he wasn't feeling all of the strips and all of that, and he was walking up to them and literally hitting the ball. I did like that. So there might be some stuff behind the scenes because word travel around the league that maybe he putting in work, but it's like, dog, why do they always poaching
During the
Ravens
season?
coaches, yo? They always
They want to figure out the sauce, bro.
Yeah.
Without further ado, though, we got to do our predictions for this week against again our enemies, the Bills. This is the battle for the MVP first and foremost. So, Rich, I'm gonna let you because I think you did it first. I think we did the
don't
last
matter.
pregame joint with just us two. So you definitely got started off.
So, I think this is going to be one of them ones. Listen, man, I've been pretty cautious all year. I stepped out on a limb one time, and I was right. I don't want to step all the way out on the limb, but I do think we hang 30, 32 on them. 32 to 35 points on them. It's going to be a nasty dismantling Henry and them. They're going to be running, bro. And Henry going to get one of them big crazy runs. It's not going to be as early as the last game. That was
they're
the
not.
first
They
run.
going to do everything
They are
to not
not
allow
gonna allow
that
that to happen early. Maybe in the second half, it's probably going to get that, but it's going to be more in the air than y'all anticipate, I think, because they're going to definitely try to switch it up and throw the ball a little more. That run is going to work. Lamar is going to open it up with his legs because he's not going to be able to throw as much as he probably wants to. But I think at max they drop probably at max maybe 24 on us. So it's going to be a closer game, but I think we hang 35 on them. They're going to score a little bit on us, though.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to score a little bit.
Okay.
How about you, Zay?
Listen, man. Keyshawn Johnson, I heard him speak this week. And it's not like I take everything he says, blah, blah, blah. But I was in agreement, yo. Like, he said this is going to be the easiest Ravens defensive game plan all year, yo.
Mm-hmm. Stop the quarterback from running.
Just stop him
Stop the
from
run.
running, yo.
Yeah, stop the run.
Like,
That's literally what we did
He
the
said
first
they don't.
time.
He said they don't have to double anybody. He said they don't even got to double Amari Cooper. He said, yo, they're gonna be able to put Kyle down there where he's even more of a beast, yo. Like you stop the quarterback and the running back from running, yo. Like
I want the poster
especially
from
in
the
that
smack,
weather.
yo.
It's over.
Listen, if they go throw for
Kyle gotta smack
350
Cook
yards,
with
you just
Josh
hey
Allen.
man, it is what it is. Like they got cooked, but like it shouldn't be one of them games, yo. It's like
If he does that, we have multiple turnovers.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
350
Yeah,
yards
yeah,
he puts up,
yeah.
we're going to get at least 2 turnovers. You're right.
As far as I look at this, and when it comes to the playoffs, I always look at it like this: quarterback, defensive line, and your running game. This is consistent every year. That's why in the Super Bowl, I'm always going to pick, and probably just always right, who got the better defensive line. Like, that's who typically win the Super Bowl, because at that point, they in a dome or somewhere nice, so it nullifies some of that, because typically 2 good quarterbacks at that. You know what I mean? So I look at it like this. Let's just say, Josh Allen's dope, Lamar's dope. I believe Allen's a better player, but let's just say it's a wash, right? Mm-hmm. They both excellent quarterbacks. We get into the running game now. It's Derrick Henry with Patrick Ricard. We get into that D-line. They got a good offensive line, but Pierce is coming, is here. You know what I mean? Matabike, Owe.
I forgot about
You feel me?
Matabike.
Kyle gonna be down there. He not on the line, but he gonna be down there. Roquan Smith in the linebackers. Like, we get into the trenches now. This is a trench game. Y'all keep talking weather. Oh yeah. I don't know what y'all thinking. Me and Rich, we've been to the last 4 to 5.
I've seen it.
We've been to the last 4 to 5. We've been to all of the home games. We've been to the last 4 to 5 home games have all been cold. I don't think they understand this.
It's freezing out there.
Been
bro.
no more than 40 degrees.
We've been in there layered up. We know. Like, I don't know why y'all think.
Like sub 20.
No, Mike,
It was cold
it's
out
all
there,
been.
bro.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it was
the
cold.
highs may have been in the
Cold.
mid-30s, but every game for like the last 4 to 5 games, home games, and they're probably closer to 5, they ended in the 20s, dog.
Yeah.
If not the upper, that one.
Windy.
What's the
Nasty.
Cleveland game? It was probably like the teens
Cleveland
when we
was the
left out.
coldest game.
Bro, it's wild cold by the end.
It was
yo.
brick.
It was tripping, yeah.
So I don't think these Buffalo people know, yo. Orchard Park, wherever
It's
y'all
cold,
at,
bro.
the New Upper State, New York, whoever, Pennsylvania fans that y'all got rooting for, it's a trench game, man.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this: the only way the Ravens lose is if there's mad penalties and they turn the ball over. If it happens like that, they choked in my eyes.
Yeah, we did.
Head to head, the Ravens should beat the Bills, and it shouldn't be super close. I'm not saying you got to own them at home because you're going to have to deal with those elements of snap counts and all of that. I'm going with a very relatively comfortable, I'm going back and forth on this, 27-17. And Vegas, people saying it's disrespectful because Vegas has them as a home underdog. And they like, man, they playing them. They're an excellent team, and they playing them. They haven't lost a game all year. The Bills all year, or whatever, and they beat the Chiefs there. And I understand, but Vegas is looking at it like this: if this game was in Baltimore, it wouldn't be a -1.5 Ravens.
Yeah.
It might be closer to like 4.5, or something like that. Yeah, they know the trench game belongs to Baltimore. It don't matter what field. What they basically saying is this team is much better than them as long as they play their game. I've heard the top coaches. I don't really go on a long run, but I've heard Bill Belichick. I've heard Myles Garrett even said, he's like, yo, the Ravens, the only way they lose is if they beat themselves.
Yeah.
I've heard
Everybody
mad
knows
people
that's
who
not
really
delusional,
in the
though.
know say, yo, when they playing at their top level, that's the best team. Everybody is, when you do these predictions, you banking on two teams playing at their top level. You're not banking on the mess ups. I'm going with, like I said, 24-17. It could be 27-17 in my eyes, or 27-20, somewhere in that range. My final score, 24-17. Ravens just too physical, man.
Yeah. And I said it last week. I think since we owned them earlier in the season, I haven't seen Lamar allow a team that he's already beaten like dominate him after the fact. So I'm gonna go 35-17, and like the points they get is gonna be chippy stuff. And what I think is gonna be the tail of the tape, as you will, that was like the reason we really got the win on them. I think it's Andrews and Likely week, yo.
I think it might be. That's
stiff arm
good
with
point.
Likely.
That's what I
and
meant to
Andrews.
mention.
Great
You
point.
gotta forget
Forgot
we
about
can
that.
do
When I was talking about the
5 to 10 yard routes.
It's also a tight end game.
Yeah, bro, and these boys
More
is
so than
aggressive.
anything.
The defense is gonna be tired
With
of
the running
tackling
game.
them. First off, you gotta tackle Derrick Henry. Then you gotta go at crazy Likely. You know he coming at you like.
With the athletic stiff arms, too.
Yeah,
It ain't just
and
the
he
power.
blocking you all game, throwing you around,
So
yo.
that's
Like,
why-
make it chippy, coach.
That's where my passing portion was
I
coming
think the
in
Husky
from.
routes is going to be what's going to
I
save
think
us.
I think we're gonna kill them.
Pat Ricard might catch a field.
I have it.
goal.
I have him scoring a little bit more than Mike. I think about 7 points more than Mike had. And then you
No,
have.
I said 35-17.
scoring.
So you saying
I
that
had-
the
I had
the Bills,
27.
yeah.
27, something like that.
It's possible because in the
24.
trash time too,
35.
it could be
It's
like
27.
something where
You let us know.
Yeah. Y'all heard it.
But yeah, yo, I'm thinking it's gonna be a good one.
Lamar,
I'm thankful this season has been so exciting.
It's
That's
been
why I'm
exciting.
glad we got
It's
that.
been
We talked a little more because we really happy, bro. Like it's happening. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, Lamar, I don't think he's going to do this. I think he's past a lot of that stuff that people keep holding him to. Don't worry about a duel with this guy.
yeah.
Do whatever it takes to win. I think Lamar don't. I think even if they get to, no, when they get to, so we speaking into existence.
Yeah.
If Derrick Henry rushes for 176 yards and has 3 touchdowns and wins Super Bowl MVP, I don't think Lamar would care
It
at
don't
all.
matter.
He just want to
Honestly-
win, yo.
Honestly, with the
Just wanna
Lamar
win.
stat
Evident now.
line right now, long as we win through the Super Bowl, he's still the MVP, bro.
He
Like,
don't
stop
care, yo.
playing,
He just
yo.
wanna-
That
it's
man
about
is
winning
great.
right now. That's why
Yep.
players with bad attitudes, get them out of there. It's about guys who want to step up, guys who's focused. It's about the vets letting everybody know. It's about the experience that happened last year with the guys who was here and not wanting to go through it again. These boys locked in.
And yo,
These
stop
boys
playing
locked
with
in. They
Lamar
keep saying it every
name, yo.
week. We locked in. Yo.
To throw only 4 interceptions and get this far in the season is, bro, only unprecedented top 5, top 10 quarterbacks have ever done that in any season. So stop playing with that man's name, yo.
900 yards rushing.
Rushing as well. Yo,
Bro.
he almost threw for 4,000 and ran for a stack, yo. I don't think people realize how absurd that
Come
is.
on, yo.
He is an elite quarterback and running back in the same
Come
season.
on, yo.
Come on, man.
Stop playing, yo. Ravens, do what y'all gotta do tomorrow, man.
Yeah,
Peace.
absolutely.